Welcome to Warrior Class,
where the teachers will pass.
And you will too if you pass.
This episode is the Warrior Class card game.
All right.
You say, Warriors, we don't play no games. And I say, you're wrong. And how long you been a Warrior? Because that's not true. In fact, they're soldiers, but they do put in work. When I was in the military, the main pastime was cards, actually.
I actually have from Desert Storm, some cards from Desert Storm, and all of them have like Saddam Hussein pictures like that, of different people on them.
Really?
The Joker is like one of the people, like people that have been assassinated now.
See,
on all of them, yeah.
Games, and we're gonna go into that why, but games are very important. Even in the training of warriors, people probably know best chess. Chess is an actual war game.
Definitely.
And it was used to train warriors, the Persian warriors. Persia is Iran, for those who know. And that was used to train their warriors back in the day. I believe chess came from Iran. I believe it came from there, originated there. But what we're going to be doing, this card game, there are many card games, spades, pity pat, poker, Uno. We're using Uno cards, but in a different way. In what people call a role-playing game. And role-playing games are more beneficial than like chess. And we'll get into that in a minute. So do we have any news?
We're not going to really go through any news today.
All right.
I'll give you some news real quick, though, just real quick. If you press pound 66, if you press pound 662 pound and then enter, depending on what network you got, it'll stop the scammers and the.
I tried that with my phone. It didn't do nothing.
See, it depends on what carrier you got. I think if you got AT&T, or if you got an iPhone, it doesn't work. It worked right away.
I got T-Mobile.
See, I got T-Mobile. It worked right away on mine.
I'm doing it right now. Right here live.
Okay.
Pound 662 pound.
Dang.
See?
Oh.
See, it said you didn't do nothing. See, unable to fulfill the transaction.
That means we got your phone, we watching it, and we ain't letting it go. That's what that means for yours. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. They own you.
USDD. Like, who the hell is that?
I don't know. I just showed you the thing. It was something.
United States Department of Communication.
Oh, baby.
Some shit.
I don't know. But yeah, so it's not working for some people, but for some people it is. Let us know if it worked for you. It worked for mine. I got a T-Mobile Android. Have you tried it?
No.
How about you try it?
A message just popped up and said, "Don't try this shit again." Oh, no.
So she go try hers live and see what happens with hers.
Pound 662 pound. Same shit.
As if it just happened faster for hers. They said,
yeah, connection problem. See?
They making excuses. You know what? Think about this.
Oh shit. And this an unknown number calling me too.
Scam likely.
Yeah. I'm not opening that. See?
Let me tell you what's funny though. You know what could be happening.
That's hilarious.
We don't know how long this poster came out about doing that, but these people ain't slow. After probably a couple thousand people switched theirs over, they probably figured out something to block that too. So hey, I'll try to update you on the next pound 66, whatever to do. But try it, see if it works. Anyway, let's to the games.
All right. So there's some benefits. Oh, you said you had some. Oh, you had the news about the USDD thing.
Right.
So when you hear about role-playing games, if you've ever heard of it, everybody heard board games and everything, right? A lot of times you hear role-playing games, you immediately think about a dude sitting at a PlayStation 5 playing a game about Grand Theft Autos or the zombie apocalypse for hours.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, yes. So that's that's the original role-playing game that all these MMO RPGs, the games that I played on the computer or PlayStation, they're all based off of Dungeons and Dragons. Really, they Dungeons and Dragons was the first to do it. So first, it was tabletop. Okay, and then but they want to make it cool to people because when you think Dungeons and Dragons, if you know it, or Traveler, or even Kikonga, which is a game that me and the author Milton Davis created, you may think of
I said available.
Yeah, available on MB Media website, Amazon. This is all over the place, right? So you may think, and I've created other games too, but you may think that there's a bunch of people sitting there with robes on, big old magician hats, and they playing in the darkness. Even the comedian Tony Baker and some other people, they did think black people playing role-playing games, and it was so insulting. Now I like Tony Baker with his animal comedies, right. But this was, insulting. They showed they because they brothers. It was a white dungeon master. They called the person that is the referee of the game. He's trying to teach them. They just couldn't understand. They just couldn't, because the brothers and they wearing Viking hats and magician hats, and they just couldn't get it right. And it made us look like we were just ignorant as shit and just couldn't understand. Well, I went through something similar in school where I saw these people playing, whites and Asians, and I walked over. I said, "Hey, what is this?" Oh, it's a game. It's a game. You wouldn't be interested. And I said, "Well, I wouldn't. If I wasn't interested, I wouldn't ask. What kind of game is this?" It's Dungeons and Dragons. Acting like that is weird. So this is why people think people who play D&D are weird, because these white boys and the way they represented this shit were weird. They were weird. So they said, "Well, you wouldn't be interested. It'd be too much for you to understand." Oh. As I'm watching, I'm looking at the game. I said, "Well, what's happening is you guys are playing some kind of characters other than yourself, and you're going on some kind of adventure." And he's looking like, "Oh, he gets that?"
Just from looking at it.
He said, "But yes, so you're using polyhedral dice using that." I said, "Oh, polyhedral dice. Okay, so dice other than the six-sided. Okay." So, and I said 6 is polyhedral too, but that's just one shape. So it's other shaped dice? I didn't know. Yes, there are many other shaped dice. And so I said, "All right, man." So I walked away. This one white boy who saw it happening, he came with him and said, "Hey, I'll teach you and your friends. I'll teach you and your friends. I'll be the dungeon master for you and your friends." I said, "Okay, I don't like the word master, but okay, I can get with that." So he said, "Meet me at the library after school." So we go to the library, me and 4 of my other friends, all of us black, and he's showing us how to play. It was the basic game was out then. It was a box set. Now there are books out, which it's the 5th edition now, but back in those days, the first advanced edition hadn't come out yet. It was just the box set, the basic. And he goes through the rules. All of us got that shit immediately, so we knew how to do it. And then, so we're going through it, but every time I would say something, I'm still joking and stuff. You're joking at the table. What? This is a game, isn't it? What do you mean? So, and then he was like, "Stop doing that, orc." He kept using orc. "Stop it, orc." Every time, I do something with somebody would make a mistake.
Oh, you weren't an orc in the game?
No. Oh. You can be a half orc in the game. You couldn't be a full. So I said, after a while, I said, "Call me an orc again, mother effer, and I'm going to whoop your ass." Because I just knew it didn't sound right. And then I've since found out that orc is often used as code for nigger. So in Dungeons and Dragons, the orc is described as a race. Now they've changed it because 5th edition they're trying to be woke. But originally, they were like, the orc is part of a race that loves to wrestle, get drunk, dance. Yeah, they're not very bright. They're not into anything when it comes to learning or anything like that. But they love to fight and they love to have sex. Yeah. So, like, who are they aiming that at? I thought that was snowing. Who are they aiming that at? So, I'm looking at different things. Kobolds were an analog for Asians.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, even in Lord of the Rings, even though like most of the prominent characters are all white,
The orcs are black.
Yeah, the orcs.
And orcs, you say, well, there weren't any orcs in Lord of the Rings. Yes, there were. They're called Uruk-hai. Uruk-hai are orcs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right. The Uruk-hai is actually the orcs. The other orcs are really more like half orcs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you can play a half orc character in D&D and stuff like that. So for me, in Dungeons and Dragons, I got to a point where, and I started playing in 1979, so over 40 years, right? But I got to a point that I'm like, I'm tired of this Eurocentric world we in and all that. So I started creating different, they call modules, which is adventures. I started creating modules that were set in Africa. And everybody was into Kikonga grew out of that, right? But so it was set in Africa, and after a while, everybody was trying to play. I became a dungeon master. So my sisters, I told them, I had to deal with the dude and all that. They bought me because when that happened, the advanced books were out, but I didn't know that. They went and said, "Okay, we're gonna get him." So they come back home with the advanced books. Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, and the first Monster Manual, right? I said, oh man, this is different. And so I said, I gotta learn this game. Each of those games, each of those books, each book, hundreds of pages. We go on break for Christmas. We come back from the Christmas break. I had memorized each of those books because I was determined to show those crackers. And it's bad, you get guided like that, but I was just determined. I'm gonna show those crackers. They're talking about what we don't understand. I'm about to show them that my understanding is way beyond theirs in this game. Because black folk created games. So it's just a matter, this is another game to me. So and I had made like board games already as a child, but at that point I said, okay, I learned that game. I could tell you, where's the such and such rule at? Oh, that's on page so and so. I got it down like that after a while, right? So when we went back, I'm playing with my friends, and they, whoa, you got the advanced books. Oh, that's advanced D&D. Yeah. Can we play? No. You can watch. It's a closed group right here. And so I wouldn't let white folks in to play the game except this one white dude, Thorpe Shanley. Thorpe Shanley was a dude, he was like, great athlete, but he looked at it just as, dumb jock. Couldn't do nothing else. So I said, looking at him as a dummy and treating him like that too. And so I let him play because that's the way they did us, right? And he ended up becoming well-versed in it too, right? So you had people that were, at that time, we were also into hip hop. I was an athlete. Thorpe was an athlete. So we did ours cooler. And we went to Africa. So we weren't like up there. Oh, my friend, one friend of mine, we had a disagreement. So he said, I'm gonna go play with others. Okay, dude, I don't take this shit seriously like that. Okay, it's a game. So he goes play with this white dude, and they're making him speak in the language of, so you have what's called alignments, like if you evil, neutral, good, chaotic evil, different stuff like that, lawful good. They're making him, this white dude created a language for each alignment. There are 9. And you had to speak, you're speaking English, but it's like dialect you're using. So I'm listening to them as they're walking. They had to do this, not while they're at the game table, all whenever they were around him. He said, thine so-and-so, thine game master, I don't something, and he's talking and they're speaking like that, and he would speak to him in his language, and then another one over there, you my friend, I could, because this person's chaotic, evil, so he's speaking different. I said, y'all crazy as shit. And after a while, after about probably 2 weeks of that, he was like, can I come back over, man? I
Oh,
said,
that's right.
we boys, man. We just had a disagreement. You decided to leave over there. So we planned that. And then it just, after a while, I got tired of Dungeons and Dragons. It was too white for me. Even making it in Africa just didn't have the coolness that I wanted. So then the Marvel superhero role-playing game came out. We went in the comments. I was like, oh shit. So we said, forget all the others. Now we can just fight. Heroes can fight. It can be Black Panther against, whoever. But it was Marvel heroes, right? So it can be Black Panther against the Hulk, which would really be the Black Panther get smashed. But we would do that kind of stuff, right? Then we would do whole teams. So it'd be 10 dudes. It got to the point where it would be 300 people playing, waiting in line, their team, and and then I refereed their team against their team and that kind of stuff, right? Then they said, man, I wish I could have Batman in here or the Flash or something. So I created house rules. So I took the characters from DC and put them into the Marvel superhero game. And then we played that.
Wow.
That's different.
So then I realized, okay, I can create games. So I tried to make my own role-playing games. At first, I just made a game just like another game. My friend pointed it out. I was all frustrated and shit. He said, man, that's so-and-so.
Knockoff.
Yeah, right. It was a straight-up knockoff. So I said, okay, now you can actually legally do that if you want to. If that game has what's called Creative Commons license, right? You can legally do that. But back then, I was doing it then. It's called copying.
Yeah, you bite.
You're right, biting. I was biting because
Right
I was like, man, I can't, thinking of. And then eventually, I ended up, thinking of my own game and rules and stuff like that. But so for this, came up with this a couple of days ago, and I hit the. We knew we wanted to do a game. But I said, okay, I'm gonna come up with this one. Right. A few days ago, it hasn't been what was called play tested to make sure. So if it don't make no sense, it's going to be hilarious. But this is this is going to be the game for warrior class. When we come to your town and to teach and stuff afterward, we can get down. We can play some cards, right? And you play cards, so it ain't that different. It's not a lot. But we're going to go through the benefits of why you should play, and then we'll go through the rules. Okay.
Then later on, if you want to order your own warrior class cards for $59.99, well, she'll be the queen of hearts on it. And
right. Now, if I can get them remade, but once again, we're going to have this on it.
No, we're going to get some warrior. We're going to get some warrior cards.
Get them custom made, yeah. We got custom made Chicago cards.
Hey, I know a black card maker.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. So,
let's talk about where we at.
Yeah. So if you think this is about wearing Viking hats, wearing robes.
I'm not saying you can't wear a Viking hat.
I mean, if you want to wear a Viking hat, you better rock that mud cool though. You got to rock your hats. I love that. So rock it right. I don't know how you rock a Viking hat, right? But
like an afro underneath.
Now that would be dope. Or you take it and the horns go through your afro is sticking out like that'd be dope too. All right, so so I've learned over the decades the benefits that you get from role-playing games, right? And you don't have to be a geek to play a role-playing game. In high school, I was not a geek at all. What you see here is pretty much what you saw there. I was just 115 pounds, right? And less wrinkles.
So you was just skinny to the motherfucker.
I was skinny to the motherfucker. So I might as well play something.
I know you got in the fights. You had to get fights being skinny.
Because if they had a PlayStation back then, I probably couldn't pick it up. I was skinny there. All right, so over the decades, I've learned role-playing games benefit for Black people, and this probably applies to everybody else, but this
you can't worry about everybody else.
Right. This is Black people in my mind. Right. So, 1, playing cultivates creativity. Creativity is the bread and butter of role-playing games. I had students, I was teaching at a school, teaching creative writing. I asked them to define creativity.
I was about to say
not one could do it. And I asked y'all.
Yeah, I was going to ask them, what is creativity?
What is creativity? Well, role-playing games can teach you exactly what it is.
Mm.
Okay, if you can't define it. Creativity is the bread and butter of role-playing games, right? There are rules for each game, yeah, but they are merely the skeleton to whatever story you and your team want to create. So basically, what they call a game master, I hate it. Master, you know why I hate that. But but I am a master of martial arts, but hey.
You had a tough time taking that.
I had a tough time taking that one, yeah. So game master or referee or narrator he's really the narrator, because not storyteller. He ain't just the only one. So we're all telling the story, right? So if I come up with a story that happens and you all are protagonists in that story, I'll say what's going on. You say how you respond. I say what's going on after you respond, or what the result is. So that is how we're building a story together. That's how that works. So everybody is amping their creativity.
Right.
Storytelling is one of the most powerful ways to activate our brains, and role-playing games do this incredibly well. When we tell stories or experience them, which is what you do when you play a role-playing game, you actually experience it. Our brains have to process language, the cause and effect of events, and also relate it to our own pre-existing experiences. While you're playing a role-playing game, your brain is firing on all cylinders. It's great for brain development, okay? So that's the first part. It cultivates creativity.
The second one is it levels up your social skills. When you think about role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons, you probably don't think social skills, but once again, that's not true. For Africans that play anyway, role-playing games are 100% social. You need to be able to talk to other people and express how you feel about certain situations all in a group of people. Role-playing games come with a social network built directly into them. So I'm sure to an extent, video games do the same thing, but it isn't quite the same. Role-playing games bring an interaction right to your face. No screens between you. You're not 100 miles away. Until COVID anyway. Well, it kind of changed that a little bit. Additionally, children and adults alike can use role-playing games to combat shyness. Players are given a mask in the form of their character and allow them to feel less vulnerable. So those definitely has social skills built into it.
Play encourages teamwork and cooperation. Most role-playing games don't end in a win or a loss, but they still require teamwork. The events depend on players' actions, just like any other game, and failure to work with other players will guarantee a not-so-fun time. Role-playing games are designed to be cooperative, and it can be a lot of fun to play a game where there are no winners and no losers. A lot of games strive to be competitive, but life can be competitive enough, and role-playing games provide a refreshing change of pace. Additionally, learning to be a team player is highly important in the world. So it has real-world application.
Right. And playing teaches problem-solving skills. Layers upon layers upon layers of problems stand in front of you and your comrades in role-playing games. Right? So this is what makes it really good for warriors, really anybody, but definitely for warriors, because you learn to solve these problems. You could be trying to solve a riddle while navigating the dark alleys of Chi-Town, while deciding the best way to take out a mob of Proud Boys, while trying to solve a murder mystery. Right. So as each event of your game unfolds, you're forced to think on your feet and react. You develop some improvisational skill and feel a rush whenever your group finds a clever way to tackle a tough problem. Okay. If you have games that everything is solved just with rolling dice or something like that, you just roll the dice, you're not thinking.
Right.
That's not.
Whatever the dice say, you just take 2 steps.
Right, that ain't doing it for you. That's the same, right? The exact same board game thing. Take 2 steps here. You ain't really thinking. The dice thinking for you. Right. You need strategy in that, right? Learning how to solve problems develops your critical thinking and can help you approach problems in the future with the right mindset. In role-playing games, you're simultaneously the chess player and the chess piece. You learn to see and solve problems from multiple perspectives.
Let me ask you, so did this like role-playing games, I know like you said Dungeons & Dragons was like the first one to kind of start. Did this actually come from like the books that had like the multiple choice in them? Does that
Yeah, choose your own. Okay, so history-wise, really, beginning, it started with role-playing games are a combination of those choose your own adventure books, but also of games like Cops and Robbers, Cowboys and Indians.
I get what you.
Where you playing a role to achieve some goal. Like the cops have hit this area, they raided this area. What are we going to do? And you know, we played Cops and Robbers. Nobody wanted to be the cop. You know, everybody wanted to be the robber. And if you made the cop, you probably the one that everybody considers a sucker. Right? That's how we did that. So it was teaching you real life stuff. Right? And then so those choose your own adventure books came out in the 80s, right? That was the first you get to choose. I'm reading the book. It says if you want to go into this room, so I go into this room on the left or the right. And if you go to the left, go to page 37. If you go to the right, go to page 16. Then you go and then
you start reading.
See what happens, right? And you can so
books right there was the joint.
Yeah, they were I collected a bunch of them, right? And we trading them at school and stuff. That became the beginnings of it. And so Gary Gax and Dave Arneson, these dudes in Wisconsin, they decided, hey, let's take war games, which is like board games, war games. Let's take that
and do the same
thing. Where shoot, in these choose your own adventure books, you get to choose much more, not just fight this one war. But let's go around and do other stuff. What if we ain't fighting a war? What if we just going to a tavern? What if we protecting a caravan? And so they said that this opens up more stuff, and that's how they began to do it.
Okay. Yeah, I just had that. I was thinking about that while we was talking about it.
And actually, I was doing some research. I wrote an article on it years ago, but on the African origin of role-playing games. Because actually, we've been doing games similar. You know, we got thousands probably of games, and we've been doing similar games like this too. Yeah, not to that level, but
I'm always thinking first. But.
So, you know, what attracts people today attracted people 1,000 years ago.
So it was fun then. It's still fun now.
Right.
The same way with the kite. I always tell them one of the most fun I ever had with children is flying a kite with my daughter in Brookside Apartments, and all the kids came outside, put their games, they put their Game Boys, they put all their little PlayStation. Can I fly your kite?
Oh, and that's another benefit too, because you're not doing all that.
Right. Oh, right.
Screen, you know,
your mirror neurons aren't misfiring.
Right.
Oh, yeah, right. So,
but you know, I never got to successfully be able to make my kite fly, man.
Really? Any kite?
No, I got a bunch of them. I could never make a kite fly.
That's funny, man. That's funny, though.
Similar issue,
and especially if you was in Chicago, Windy City, and you
I couldn't get it to fly.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
Playing is fun, y'all. So, you know, in this world filled with strife, struggle, and shadiness, you know, we can all use some fun. So that's the last part of it.
So that's the benefits. Okay, so we're gonna get into how to play specifically the Warrior Class role-playing game. Okay. So this is for you all to introduce you. So you got the way you play is simple. The narrator, I'll be the narrator this time. The narrator describes a situation. Then the players react in character, and when I say in character, they ain't got to be talking like the language of like the dude did. That means you're speaking in I. I do not like my character does so and so. Because you got to be solving the problems and stuff like that. So basic character is just an avatar of you. The
You're
players
not discouraging me from using another voice, are you?
You can use one if you want to.
Like, I want to talk like that. Can I?
Well, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Just don't be like dying.
But I want to
I got the
Oh,
country twang
Lord.
in my. I'm the country one.
Now, if you use thine in a country accent, then that'd be dope. Thine narrator. So the narrator describes a situation. The players react in character and act in response to that situation he described. And then the narrator changes the situation according to the player's input.
Right.
So we're creating a story together, okay? Then you start back at 1 and repeat. So that's basically the basics of how it's done. That's pretty much it. If the intentions of a player hinge on luck or the outcome depends on how well they perform, then I call for a draw. So you'll each get a pile of cards, which I'm about to do now. Your deck, your pile of cards is your deck, and you'll drop them there. So don't pick up your cards. It's not a hand, it's a deck, right? So it'll be sitting there, and then when you got to draw against somebody else or against a creature or
situation,
some of that certain situation, you'll pull a card right from the top.
So we start off with 10 cards.
Start with 10.
So drawing the cards, you draw 1 card face up from your deck. The 10 cards you were given at the beginning of the game, you may draw more cards for each aspect of your character that aids you. I guess you can break it down both
for each aspect of it. Okay, you draw 1 card face up from your deck. Oh, that's when we're drawing. Yeah. So first I give you your deck.
Right.
Okay. So first I was like, huh? 1, 2.
It was what we was talking about. It started out to make sense.
3, 4, 5, 6, 6.
I was the Women's North Carolina
7,
Spades champion
8,
from 1990 to 2008. I just want y'all to know if anybody. You know
it's not.
My trophy right in my room. I keep it in my closet. I only pull it out.
I can get down on spades. I think I taught somebody. Well, you know, we were at a brother's wedding. I taught several people spades how to play.
She was saying she taught Akinbola and then he beat her.
Yeah, I think yeah. He taught people too. So we were teaching people how to play spades because there was a lot of folks there who didn't know how.
You see how I kind of outdid me. I said I was a spades champion. He's like, he's spades teacher. He teach people how to be the champion. He said, you see, y'all didn't catch that. Y'all didn't
See. All right. So they each have their deck. And now you choose. So they have pre-made characters, but normally after you get your deck, and if you can draw, like if you have to draw a card, you can draw 1 card, and then you can draw a card for you have what's called your Aeolites. Okay, your Aeolites, that's your kindred spirit. That's who you are like. That's your culture, right? That's your Aeolite. Okay, so you have an Aeolite. You have 2 callings, and if the calling affects what's going on, you can draw, and I get into that in just a second. And you have 3 items. So when your items fits the situation, you can draw another card. Okay. So based on you can draw cards if they aid you from your Aeolite, your callings, or your equipment. 1 card for each category. That's up to 4 cards. Okay. You don't draw the first card if you're hurt or if your Aeolite plays against you. Like if the shea butter, if your Aeolite is a shea butter, and we'll go a little into Aeolites in a minute. If your Aeolite's a shea butter, and that shea butter has to stand up to a big corn-fed football player, Aeolites shea butter Aeolites are known as being cowards.
Right.
They're more than that. So you have a good aspect and then a negative aspect to each Aeolite. Okay. So the negative one for shea butters is they're cowards. So for them to stand up against a big corn-fed football player, you can't draw the first card, but you can draw other additional cards. So you may have a card for your calling. You may have a card for your equipment.
Oh, okay, but
you won't draw, of course, the one for your you won't draw the one for your Aeolite because that worked against you. Right. And you won't draw the first card. Okay.
You draw the other 2.
Then after you draw cards, you add together the values of any cards that share a color. So y'all know how that works. if I throw down a 1 and you can throw down one of the same color. So you say, oh, that's another 1. I'm trying to find now when you need a yellow. Can't find that. Okay, here's an 8. You say, I can throw down an 8 too.
Okay.
Right. So this is my base card, and then from my A-alike, I throw down another card. There we go. And you say, shit, I need to throw another card. I pull the next card, and it's blue, so that don't work. That doesn't work. So that's it. So my whole thing would be 9. Y'all got me?
Mm-hmm.
So if it was a 9, okay. So once you pull, your highest total determines your result. A 0 to 5, that's failure. You say, how did I get a 0? Because in this, the 0 equals 10. So how did I get a 0? That means you couldn't draw no card.
Right.
Right. So you ain't got no equipment that can help you or whatever. You hurt, so you don't even draw the first card. Or your A-alike worked against you, so you got 0. So 0 to 5, that's a failure. Something went wrong and you failed. If your total is 6 to 10, that's a success. You did okay and succeed without much trouble. Okay. So you're trying to jump over a garbage can. You fail, you fall, and then, and you can interpret that. If you can say, well, okay, it's a 0, it was a 5, he just failed. He gets back up, wipes up. A 0, you failed, made noise, the garbage can. Right.
Degrees of failure.
Right, exactly. And then 6 to 10 success. You did okay and succeed without much trouble. Right. That's why I said much trouble, because a 10, great, you did, you succeeded. 6, you succeeded, but
you slipped.
You jumped over it. But when you jump, you jumped so hard you farted. So somebody still heard that. Somebody outside. That kind of thing, right? And then 11 or more is a great success. You did great. Something nice happens in your favor. You jump over the garbage can. A person walking by sees you, and they hire you to be an athlete on their sports team or something, right? So that's how that goes. So 0 to 5 failure, 6 to 10 success, 11 or more great success. Once you're done, the narrator describes what happens next, and the cards you've drawn are removed from play, and they go in the deck. We shuffle. They go in the main deck, and we reshuffle. Okay. If you get tired, that means you run out of cards. You're down to 1 card, or you got no cards left. You can play them. That is a measure of how much adventuring spirit you've still got in you before needing to take a break. So running out of cards means you're too exhausted to succeed when difficulty arises. Of course, you don't have no cards. You can't play. Right? So when you run low on cards, the group can decide to take a breather or a nap. Now, if you decide to take a nap and you're in a place that's dangerous, one take a nap, the other one take a breather and watch or something like that. But if everybody take a nap, that's just
danger. That's
just tempting me to do something crazy. Right? So a breather is when you take a short rest of a few minutes and restore a few minutes in the game, not actually a few minutes, and restores up to 5 cards to your deck. So if you're down to 1, I give you 5 cards after you take a breather. Okay. A nap, that's a sleep in a safe place. So you really can do it in a dangerous place, but in a safe place for a couple of hours, and that restores all your lost cards. Okay, all the cards you use if you take a nap. If you get hurt, so you're in a fight with somebody in the game, you get hurt, because nobody said being a hero was easy. If something hurts you in any significant measure, physically or emotionally, you can't draw the first card when you do a draw, and you need a breather to heal. If you get hurt again, so say you're fighting somebody, you're fighting one of the Proud Boys, and you lose your draw in that means he hurt you, he hit you. So you got hurt that time. The next one, you can't draw your first card, but you may have equipment or whatever, so you draw those cards, right? From your deck. Then, if he hits you again, you lose again. Now you're knocked out. You got to take a nap. You're taking a nap anyway, right? Right. To recover. Your friends can carry you around until you can take. Remember, you got to take a nap in a safe place. So if he knocked you out on the street, if you got knocked out, Ominiki's character would have to carry you to a safe place. So she can drag you around, you unconscious and job. And she gets you in a safe place, put you in the bed, and now you can rest. You can take your nap, and then you recover. Okay. You can also heal by having a hearty meal, drinking a potion, and we'll be into that, or being treated by a physician. Now, potions, you see that in some, video games too. You get a potion or something to heal your health back up. Okay. Contest. A competition between a player and an adversary works the same as a normal draw, but both sides draw cards. So in that Proud Boy fight, you'll be drawing and I'll be drawing for the Proud Boy.
Okay.
And whoever has the highest card,
win the battle.
they win the right. The cards and what they mean, and then we're about to get to it. Just the last part for this part, the explanation. Number cards of the same color are added together. 0 cards are worth 10. So if you see a 0 in there, that's worth 10 points. Okay. Like a 0. The 0 card is not 0, it's 10. In regular Uno, 0 is just 0, isn't it? Because it don't really matter in regular Uno.
Well, there's some kind of thing with the rules where you're supposed to throw out the high cards first, but I can't remember.
Black folk, we don't do go by that. We make our own Uno. I was researching the thing on Uno, and it basically said no. I know it's got to be some of us. But no black people follow Uno's rules. We've been playing the game. We've been making up our own games a long time. We've made up our own Uno game.
I don't know. We do the same for Scrabble, probably too.
Probably. Dominoes, all that. We just make our own. Slapping bones. That probably got nothing to do with the actual domino game. But I wouldn't know because I've been, I was talking about people who slap bones. All right, so say if you have a red 2 plus a red 3 plus a red 4, right? That's 9. 4 plus 3 plus 2. 4 plus 3 is 7 plus 2 is 9, right? All red. The skip card looks like a 0 with a line through it. Y'all seen skip? If you don't know Uno, most people do. So that's the skip card. The skip card, that negates the last number drawn of the same color. So if you have blue 7, and then you draw blue skip, you got 0. You ain't got nothing. Okay. That's why you don't look at the cards. There's some luck involved in it.
Happen when it happens.
Yeah, happen when it happens. Because everything don't happen good for you. There'll be some stuff happen to you, right? The reverse card, that's like got 2 arrows on it. Let me see if I can find a reverse card. The reverse card doubles the value of a number of the same color. So if you have let's see if I can find a reverse in here. And with Uno, by the way, it's 108 cards. So you can actually use regular cards to replace Uno. You need 2 decks.
Okay.
And then you can use the King, Queens, and Jacks as the special cards and all that. But if you have the reverse card, let's see. How do you see that? Okay. You see the arrows going 2 different directions? That's reverse, correct?
Yep.
And replace me, remind me or correct me if I'm wrong. So the reverse card doubles the value of a number. So if you got yellow 4 and you got yellow 4 card and you got then yellow reverse, that would equal 8. 4 times 2. Because this doubles the value of the card that you play. Okay. Mm-hmm. Then the draw 2 card. You'll see those. Let me see. So draw 2, it'll say +2 on the card, like this one. Ooh, those yellows are hard to see. Can't really. There you go. So +2. See that one? +2. That's a draw 2 card. That's draw 2, right? That's worth 2 of its color. So if you got green 3 and you have a green draw 2, that's equal to 5. It's 3 + 2. Y'all got me?
Right.
It's worth 2. Yeah.
And then the wild draw 4 card is worth 4 of any color. and your deck recovers up to 4 cards. So you got a red 6 and a wild draw 4. That's equal to 10. Because that 4 can be any, or it could be a blue 6, red, yellow, green. Because that wild card, it can match any color. And it adds 4. And I will go 1, 2, 3, 4 to your deck if you lost cards. Okay. How many you lost? If you lost 2 cards, I'll just give you 2. The wild card allows numbers of any color to match together. So I can have, because normally you can't put green with red. But if I throw the wild card down, then I can have green 2, red 4, blue 3 together. Okay. So that's how that works. So now we're about to get into it. Okay. So if y'all can introduce your characters.
Alrighty, here we go.
Their names and what they do and all that good stuff. And characters can be made in like 30 seconds to 2 minutes. You can put them on the index card, sticky note.
All right. So you want to go first or you want me to go first? My character.
I'll go first. Excuse me. It's coming. It's coming up. So my character's name is Shamika Wayne. Shamika is a diminutive sister with a jazzy, natural hairdo. She is soft-spoken but quick to work roots on anyone who gets on her nerves. Her alike is the Mystic.
Now I'll tell you what the mystics are. Give me 1 second.
Oh, you're gonna read off the
yeah, what the yeah. So the mystic. What's your alikes? The mystics, you have a knack for conjure, the spiritual and the esoteric. All your life, you have been surrounded by vast collections of knowledge, making you very wise. Your avid curiosity, however, makes you easily distracted. Okay. Your calling?
Herbalist.
And what's the other one?
Hoodoo Doctor.
Okay, so her callings are herbalist and hoodoo doctor. So your callings, that's what you do in your everyday life. It's not necessarily your occupation. It's simply a good method to keep pockets of knowledge grouped together. Okay. So yours was hoodoo doctor and it was herbalist. So the herbalist, you handle teas, tinctures, potions, intoxicants, poisons, and magical ingredients every day and can prepare powerful concoctions quite aptly. Okay. And then hoodoo doctor, you study a lot about conjure and root work, making you knowledgeable about the spiritual and arcane. You know 3 conjures. Okay. And you can pick your conjures in a minute after we go to the other part. So you also have equipment.
So read that out.
Yes.
Closest?
No, anti-closest.
Anti-closest.
Yeah. So anti-closest. There's a liquor called Uncle Nearest, and this is anti-closest. So anti-closest is a strong Moscato wine brewed by a black-owned brewing company, and Uncle Nearest is a liquor whiskey brewed by a black-owned company, right? Brewed by a black-owned brewing company that causes increased warmth and sleepiness when you drink it. Okay. That's anti-closest, and then you have, what else you have?
Jam Master Jam.
Jam Master Jam. So she has 3 of them. Jam Master Jam is sweet and tasty and a favorite throughout the world. Eat a peanut butter and Jam Master Jam sandwich, and you can rock a party on the 1s and 2s all night. So it's not just sweet and tasty, it allows you to DJ too.
Sounds like Red Bull.
Yeah, but it allows you to rock a party for a whole night.
Use your DJ skills.
Right. Jam Master Jam.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
your third one is what?
Potion of Health.
Okay. Potion of Health heals any ailment or wound when you drink it. So that has 1 dose. Okay. So you could drink it or you can give it to somebody else. That has 1 dose. Jam Master Jam has 1 dose, so you can eat it or you give it to somebody else. And Anti-Closest has 1 dose.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so those all have 1 dose. And then you have Oh, you got your spells already. Your conjures are
Ginormous weenie. Ginormous plus weenie.
okay. So
Okay.
so ginormous plus weenie. That sounds funny. Your conjures, just so you know, that's your hoodoo skills, basically. Your connection to using energies, what people want to call spells. Same. That's your conjures, right? If you want to call it spells. So you have ginormous plus Winnie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So open sesame. Let me see. Where's ginormous? Oh, ginormous plus Winnie. Twin conjures that make things larger or smaller, respectively, about 2.5 times their original size. So if you use ginormous on Belay, who's what, 6'3", then Belay would be 2.5 times the size. So he would be 12, like 18 feet tall and weigh, how much do you weigh now?
About 200.
200. So you'd be about 500 pounds.
Already.
So if she did, but if she went the opposite, hit you with Winnie,
okay,
you would be 2.5 times shorter and 2.5 times less weight.
Wow.
Okay. And you can cast Winnie on anything. You can cast on a cup. You can cast it on a car. You can cast it on whatever, okay?
Can you only do it once?
No. You can do that really whenever you need to. But so when you use conjure, say you got to use it, say I want to use so. If you're using it too much, then I'll be like, shit, you got to take a break. You got to take a breather or something, right? And then when you attempt to cast a conjure, you say the conjure word out loud. So you say, ginormous, right?
Oh.
Then you draw to see if it works or not.
Oh, okay.
A result of 6 or 10 means that the spell works perfectly under the control of the conjurer. Failing 5 or less results in the conjure fizzling out. And if it fizzles out the conjure, so you can't use it again until after you take a breather.
Okay.
And then a result of 11 or above results in an overcast. That means like it's supercharged. A strong discharge of energy that results in a conjure that is a bit too powerful for you to control and contain, sparking an effect which you no longer control. You cannot use any more conjure until after you take a nap. So you use, that's if you overcast it. The overcast with ginormous and weenie, the target grows super gigantic, like 50 feet tall, or is reduced to pocket size. Okay. And if it was already pocket size, that mug gets damn near microscopic. Okay. What's your other?
Open sesame.
Open sesame. Open sesame gently opens the target door or lock with a click. It opens up, or the overcast for that, it opens everything considered closed in your vicinity. That cup, that bottle there, it's closed. It opens that door.
Okay.
Everything, it opens everything that's considered closed. Parts of you, everything considered closed. All right. And then you have what else?
Excuse me. Whoosh.
Whoosh. A gentle gust of wind blows in the direction you choose. The overcast of that is an uncontrollable, unstoppable gale wind that blows through the area in an inconvenient direction. So you hit and it overcast, whoop, blew it, hit his character and blow, knock him, block away or something. So
then you gotta take a nap.
Right, and then you gotta take a nap after that. So you couldn't even go and help him. You got that. All right. So that's how that works. That is Shamika Wayne. Okay. That name sounds similar to somebody else. All right. So now let's have your character.
My character name is Ashy Knuckles.
Ashy Knuckles. All right.
Couldn't be further from the truth.
Thank you. So Ashy Knuckles is a tall, athletic build brother with shoulder length locks And yes, ashy knuckles from hitting the heavy bag every morning and evening. So I feel him on that. So my Aelite is the MMA fighter.
The MMA fighter. So you look at your Aelite, you say, where's the MMA fighter here?
He's right at the beginning. I think he's
I
love
know.
of camaraderie,
So
and
he's strong and tough.
of course,
You're strong and tough. You tend to share a love for drink and camaraderie among other MMA fighters, not just regular Joe, but aren't very friendly to others.
Yeah, I'm not very friendly.
Your weakness is you're not friendly to others. They in the MMA fighter, you're like, man, weak.
Everybody else just old weak ass.
Right, so you ain't respecting them. So that's the MMA fighter. That's your Aelite.
What you call is the Bodyguard.
Okay, so Bodyguard, you are skilled at protecting those around you, making you a great fighter and defender.
Right. I'm an influencer.
Influencer.
Baba hates this word.
Yes.
These days.
You have the presence of a leader and have a way of being convincing and garnering favors. Okay. You have the presence of a leader and have a way of being convincing and garnering favors.
Got you knuckles, guys. Okay. My equipment is the Ateke mask.
So the Ateke mask is a circular wooden mask carved by the Ateke people of Gabon. The wearer of this mask appears to be a dozen ancient Ateke warriors from before colonization.
On your ass at one time.
But you have to explain why some dudes walking around, no shirts, and bark cloth skirts around their waist, and
right.
running up, and the ancient weapons running up. But hey,
it's an illusion,
right? So it appears to be a dozen ancient Ateke warriors, which can scare the hell out of somebody if used well.
Right.
What the hell is going on? Right.
I mean,
this is an illusion. So if someone touches you or one of the warriors fade away. This can only be used once a day. Once activated, the illusion lasts for 16 minutes in the game, not 16 real minutes.
Copy that. Okay, and what's that? How do you pronounce that tea?
Like chamomile, you got chamomile.
Yeah, that was what chamomile. Chamomile tea.
Chamomile tea makes some tea, breathe, and calm your senses.
That's all it says. I was like, what?
Because that's what it really does. That like people say that, but this really does it.
Right.
So you done got in the fight. Everything's going. You make your chamomile tea, drink it. Right. Or somebody snapping off, you make them some chamomile tea.
Oh, see. And the Riot Shields.
Okay, the Riot Shield can be used to protect yourself from harm. With good positioning and reflexes, it can also be used to protect others. So in the midst of a fight, you say, hey, I'm throwing up the Riot Shield to protect her from getting hit. Then you also would throw that as one of your cards. Okay. All right. So those are two characters. It's Shamika Wayne and it's Ashley Knuckles. Okay. I was inspired by them to make the characters in different ways. All right. So I've already gave you your cards. We're about to get into it. I'm about to tell you the scenario of what's going on. This adventure is called The Candy Lady.
No, Bob, look, before we get started, I just want to say, are we going to start the game now and continue it, or are we just going to start the game online to show them how to start?
We'll do the game online. Probably if we finish it, we'd have to continue. Right. So normally the games in the Word Class card game will last for about, we call them one shots. They will last about an hour to 2 hours. Okay, a game. So the whole thing take 2.5 hours to make your character and play the game. Okay.
All right. So we can continue. We can continue.
Yes.
Okay. We'll take like first 20 minutes of class. Maybe we finish the next.
Correct. Okay. So this is called The Candy Lady. The situation: deep in the hood is a community plagued by nighttime poisonings. Though they have only seen her in dreams, the villagers blame the Candy Lady, a shadowy woman who by day drives around the hood in a station wagon that is loaded with candies, cookies, chips, pickles, peppermint sticks, pickles with peppermint sticks. I'm from Chi-Town.
We're just hearing this the first time. We didn't know.
Right,
anything
and
about
more.
it, so you know.
But at night, she comes in through their windows.
Look at that.
She's selling the candies and all the good stuff in the morning, but at night she comes into their windows. There are reports that the candy lady has been spotted creeping around a nearby cave. And you all have been asked by the people in the neighborhood, because they know, y'all get involved with stuff and help people and, do that kind of thing. Y'all been asked to find out what's going on, because why does the lady keep coming through? But in the daytime, she's driving, selling candy, and she don't know, what you're talking about. But at night, they know they've been seeing her going in people's house, and then people getting sick and all that, and then people a lot of people disappearing from the hood, and they've been seen at this cave. So, what are y'all gonna do?
Oh, this is how I start. Just
Yeah,
like
that. Like that. Yep.
My first role-playing game ever. So, what are we going to do? They've asked us to take a look at it. So, I think the first thing we should do is find out if she got any family and friends we could talk to.
You agree with that?
That's a really good idea. I think along with doing that, we should gather supplies.
Well, y'all got your supplies.
Yeah, we got this.
Oh, we have all the supplies that we're gonna get.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We should talk to her friends and family.
All right. So,
I agree.
y'all talked to the neighborhood dude on the corner. He said, "Yeah, the candy lady, Miss Alberta. Yeah, Miss Alberta. Her cousin, Jolene, she lives down the street, right that house, right down at the end of the block. And Miss Alberta come over there every day, before she starts selling the candy around here."
Oh, okay. So now we got that. See, now I'm understanding the game now, how it works now. I'm understanding how the game works. Okay, so, all right. So now we got to decide we want to go over there and not talk to her. So let's go. Oh, look, what good is it going to be? This is interesting, man. I like this. All right. So what do you want to do next? Do we want to go to her house? Or do we want to? How are we gonna?
We should
Her house, the cave, whichever one.
What would talking to her accomplish?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. That's why I was like, well, we're gonna go talk to her and ask her about the, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no really talk to her. That was this first game jitters, I guess. I guess so. All right.
Well, you said talk to her relatives, so that would be find out about her. But actually talking to her.
Oh no, yeah, I wasn't talking about talking to her. I was talking about just going to the cousin house or whatever, talking to her, find out about her. You know what I'm saying?
So,
but how would we pose? This is another thing. I don't know how much time we have to talk about this. But how we go to her house? Who we posing as? We've been trying to find. You know what I mean? She just ain't gonna tell us stuff about. Look, we hearing about your cousin out there on some foul shit. Yeah. So how's that gonna work? Exactly. Do we have anything we can use on her? Any potions, any charms we got?
You can turn her into a weenie and then say, "I'll turn you back normal." You tell her.
We only got threats. I can make her chill if you get you. You know what I mean?
And then she's too mad after you give her some chill.
The auntie closest.
I could beat her up.
Yeah, that's gonna knock her out though.
Oh, it knocks you out.
Yeah, that one that puts you to sleep.
Okay. Well, if we knock her out, then we can stay in the house and wait until
I'm not assaulting this lady for no reason. How is it?
And then you gotta make her drink that.
Yeah, we gonna force her to drink, knock her out. We done committed crimes. We supposed to be trying to find out what crimes is going on. All right, so okay.
And she couldn't lock you out. You use open sesame to open up a door.
Right.
Oh, that's true. Oh yeah. So okay. So I tell you what we do then. I forgot you got the open sesame. Can you and the story is that she goes to this cave every night, right?
Well, they've been seeing
her
dragging people into the cave.
So
dragging bodies into the cave.
If you was seen dragging bodies in the cave, we need to go get this help. What we got to think? What we got to talk about? Didn't know who saw. You know what I'm saying? Who saw? I mean,
So since we know that she goes,
Some
to
people in the neighborhood, they they saw it, but they some from a distance because they ain't going to those caves. They scared of the caves.
okay, we got to go to the cave though.
So we know she'll be at her cousin's house at a certain time. So that's when we go.
Ah, good point. Right. Before she deliver the candy, she go there, right?
But y'all going in the daytime.
Yeah, we going to the caves daytime to see what we can see. So we going to the caves.
Okay, so while you're walking to the caves, you realize like it's a bunch of people outside, but the closer you get to the cave, less and less people, and by the time you're about 3 blocks from the cave, nobody is out there around there, right? The caves is like it's right in the hood. There's a big hump. It's a weird hump, and right there it's an opening to the cave, right there, right in the hood, like right at the middle of the block.
Hood cave.
Huh? Hood cave. Yep. That open.
Cave.
Cave. Yeah. So y'all go through the entrance to the cave.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we look around. You know, we even if it's not any.
Yeah, there's nobody out there.
Has no dangers. We go in there.
It's just quiet day.
I feel like we should go back and forth with decision making, or at least agree on the decision for it. That's why I want to feel like I'm saying.
So you're asking whether or not we go in.
Mm-hmm. It's daytime. We know she got to deliver the candies. Plus, she got to go to her house. So we got. Her
there's
cousin.
No
house.
one around.
Nobody's
So
around.
no one's gonna see us.
The only house by the cave is just an old abandoned house. It looks well kept, but it's abandoned.
It looks well kept, but it's abandoned.
Right, you don't. Ain't nobody been. Ain't nobody in there.
Right,
Using activity.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I think we should go in.
All right, let's go. Let's get cave.
Okay, first you walk in there, and it's a regular cave, but you see a catwalk. The cave catwalks were built, and there's a plaque on the wall. It tells you they were built to access the amethyst deposits in its upper reaches. The catwalks are made out of wood, thick catwalks for people to walk up.
Okay.
Towards the ceiling.
Okay.
So we see that as the first thing we see, and we notice it.
And that's the only way that you can go, or that's just
Yeah.
a way.
The rest is just darkness. You don't know what's past that.
Check my inventory just to make sure. Okay. All right. So it's darkness. So is that what we doing? You ain't got no light up in there. With you.
I keep meaning to go back and read yours.
Okay. So all right. So let's let me say we got to follow the trail. See where we going. Let's see where they go.
And the catwalk, it's got torches in the side of the wall, so you can see along that. But it's not. They're high up, so it's not sending out light below, so you can't really see.
How long will it take us to get up to the point at the catwalk where there are lights?
You get up, so there's lights up there at like almost to the top of the ceiling. So once you start walking the catwalks, you can just walk the catwalks through the darkness. It gives you some light, like enough light to see in front of you, like about 2-3 feet in front of you. That's about it.
So we're following that. That's what we're doing.
Right.
Okay.
And what else?
So each step you take on the wooden catwalks, they creak real black.
Oh my God!
Because it's dry rot in them. Okay, and plumes of dust come off of the wood and fall down to the darkness below as y'all go up.
Well, at least we know nobody ain't been walking on that since we've been here.
And after a while, y'all, you realize that the plumes of dust falling down, you can't see where they touch the ground because now you're up probably about 10 feet as it walks up. And then it evens out. So you're walking along the catwalk, and finally you reach a room. This room, the walls are much worked, and it's a chamber. And this room is much worked, pitted with boreholes. So each is stone, but it's got holes in it, a bunch of holes. For put scaffolds, like Muzz, working up there, put the scaffolds up so they can get the amethyst and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But there are no scaffolds there. It's just the holes are still there. A dozen corpses stand here. They're standing, but they're until they're dead. A dozen corpses stand here, silently receiving the dust of the ages. They've got on clothes like from the before the Civil War.
This is interesting.
At first, you thought they were stalagmites or something in there, but there's actually people.
Oh, what is stalagmites?
So you got stalactites.
I know what it is, but I'm
stalagmites. So stalactites are the ones that come down.
Right.
So
that's what they are, Manika. They don't have to come down.
Thank you.
The collapsed floor, and there's a collapsed floor like in the middle, right? It reveals the antechamber below.
Oh my God.
Antechamber? What is an antechamber?
You'll see. You go down there. You go down there.
Oh my goodness! You want to go to the antechamber?
So how y'all gonna get down there? Y'all gonna jump down?
Yeah. See, he was just describing that it's not that easy to.
Ain't no ladder or nothing right there.
Right.
Let's do.
You could just.
I see what you see. Yeah, I see what you're gonna do. I think I see.
Where's my thing?
You can do ginormous. Turn B-Lay ginormous. Turn X knuckles and have them walk down in there. Step down there.
I feel like you're baiting me.
You better watch her. You better watch him.
Oh my goodness. Excuse me.
What you need
family?
for my stuff?
She needs her
You need
character sheet.
Yeah, it just disappeared. Oh, it's saying it can't open it for some reason.
That's weird.
What do you want? I can read it.
there it is.
Okay, excuse us, family. Excuse me. What do you tell me yours again? Your 2? Is it 2 or 3?
What are you talking about? My equipment?
He doesn't have 100.
I got the mask, the Teke mask, which makes it appear like it's a dozen warriors. You know what I'm saying? But if you touch me or anything, then the delusion go away. I got a Riot Shield, and I got some Camel Chill tea.
Okay. Yeah, I think we should use ginormous. I'll turn you into ginormous and send you down into the antechamber.
You realize I don't know what the antechamber is, right?
If you look down there, you can see it.
Whatever is going on in the antechamber.
Okay, so I go down there to look down there and see what it is, not to go in it. But
so y'all gonna go by that. She's gonna turn you gigantic. You're gonna step down in. You're gonna look in there.
I'm gonna look in there. Right.
Okay, so draw the card. So you turn them gigantic.
Oh, right. So we can see the face.
So you draw one card and then you draw the other one for your conjure. So that's 7. Okay, good. And 11. Wow. Okay, so that was 11 is a great success, right? So she turns you ginormous. Plus, when she turns you ginormous, the weight of you, it breaks another part of the floor, and when you go down in there, you're able to see everything in there. Okay, because at first, so you have to step down, so if you fall in there, and you're able to see everything. The chamber, and I guess you call up to her and tell her this, but the chamber, yell up to her and tell her, or actually, because you fell in, you just hold your hand up and bring her down like an elevator. It's a sideways chamber. So, like the furniture and everything is on the wall.
Wow.
Oh, that's why it's an antechamber.
Sideways chamber with its world white stones clearly does not belong to the cave. Engravings in the walls, which is the actually floor for you. So this would be in front of you would be like furniture and stuff, and then broken furniture, and then it's engraved on engravings on the floor, and then there's engravings behind you on the wall, which is actually the ceiling.
Okay,
because everything looks sideways, And the engravings praise the healing powers of Kabul, Qabool, Kabul, which is a woman's name. There are columns in there too, sideways, made of wood, thick columns. And they're coming like this way, like this, so it'd be like floor to ceiling, but it's going wall to wall. Thick wooden columns with engravings on it too. 6 of them.
How long does can I stay big like this in the story?
16 minutes of game time.
Okay. All right.
So you're gonna stay big like that?
Oh, I can give it up and
She can have you give it up.
if you send it and you still can use it for another time.
She can use it whenever she wants. You got to draw again.
Okay, but you get 16 minutes. Okay, I got you. Okay.
And these cards are discarded. You see in that one.
Okay. Now what do? We
gotta
So are you going to
find
shrink him or keep him ginormous?
Do we know everything about the antechamber that there is to know?
sideways? You said
No, you don't know everything.
No. We see the columns, right?
I'm saying, but we know all that you're going to tell us about it right now. That's
Right
what
now,
I'm saying.
yes.
Okay.
So you got the room, you got the columns in the room, and broken furniture.
Okay. And so the thing
On
that
the
he
walls.
went down and he was able to see, we still don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's what he saw. That's everything he saw. Everything he saw. It's like he's looking at furniture, broken furniture on the wall right there.
Okay.
You know, he knows if you turn that wall upside down, there'll be a floor.
Okay.
And you got the columns that go floor to ceiling, but they're going wall to wall. 6 columns. Thick columns made of wood. That's all that's in that room that you see.
So it's really nothing else to see, I don't think.
What about the darkness under the catwalks?
That's where you at.
Yeah, that's where we at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not dark. It's actually torches in there too.
Okay.
Yeah, so we see everything now.
Right.
So we should try to see what's underneath the floor, I think, in the antechamber, the wall floor.
I don't understand.
The wall floor in front of you.
What's underneath the floorboards?
Okay, I'm trying to see what you said. This is so crazy. I'm actually trying to picture all this shit in my head. That's what's amazing about it. Like I'm picturing the cave. Like, wait, so how am I trying to see the shit? Okay.
So he gonna stay ginormous. You're gonna bring him down to normal size.
I wonder if it would benefit us for you to stay big if we're trying to rip up the floorboards. Or do you have something else that will help us rip up the floorboards?
No. The 12 people that I turned to can't work for me, so
yeah, because they're not.
I might as well do that now while I got it. So yeah, so we tear up the floorboards to look at what's going on.
So you're trying to tear up the floorboards. You tear up the floorboards. Well, while you're trying to do it, you bump into one of the columns, and it resonates. But the floor, the wall, which is the floor, it's not tearing up.
It's vibrating.
It's stone.
Oh.
You're in a cave.
Okay.
Oh, I thought there was a wooden floor though.
No. wooden columns.
Oh, okay, yes.
And it resonated.
Because I'm trying to think about where the people are, where all the people are disappearing to. And so we've searched the entire cave.
You searched. You're at the antechamber, and you in the first room. It's probably a lot more than that.
Okay, so we need to come out of there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to get smaller again.
Size.
Yeah, so we can keep looking in the cave.
So we can keep looking around.
Because I wouldn't be able to fit big like that through the cave.
Through the cave.
Yeah, so I gotta go back small.
Keep
going.
You shrink him.
Yes.
You shrink him, and he trips and boom bumps into another column. Boom. That's 2.
Are we only allowed to hit a certain number of columns?
You can hit all of them if you want. 6 of them.
And they resonate when you hit them.
Right.
I don't understand the significance of that.
Mm-hmm.
When you say resonate,
Like just hum, like you hit a tuning fork.
Vibrate.
Right.
so would that mean that the columns are wood, right?
Right.
The resonate mean that they hollow though. I don't know what that means, but
Might be hollow.
Does that mean that they're becoming weaker each time that they do that, and that it could fall in?
Well, they're going this way, so you have to worry about.
I mean, that could collapse on you too. You don't know that physics is alternate in that place, so you don't know what.
And then you hear.
Can you do that again? Water?
It's like that could be like a stone moving or something like that. I say we keep going.
Yeah, I think we should.
So how y'all gonna get out of there? Y'all done went down there now.
Oh, we got the. Oh, right.
And you shrunk them. And then you're starting to see it looks weird. Like in the corner, looks like the shadows are shifting. And you hear that scraping sound coming from that corner with the shifting shadows.
I'm looking to see what I got over here. Yeah, so we need to get the hell up out of here. How we getting them out of here?
And then somebody, a face looks out, a jet black face looks out of the shadows. It's just dark shadows. Say, yeah, y'all need to get the hell up out of here.
Oh shit!
And then it goes back into the shadows.
I'm not afraid. I'm a hoodoo doctor.
Okay. What you gonna do,
doctor? What we gonna do, hoodoo doctor? A face came out of the shadows and said, "Y'all need to get the hell up out of here." Hey, let's ask why.
Oh, I was gonna say I would command it to help us.
You
okay, I think asking why is better.
So
because we can always command it to help.
Okay, so what do y'all say?
Why do you want us to leave? Why should we get the hell out of here?
Because I'm really trying to hang on to things. Once I let go of things, well, y'all done. You're done. I'm a wood. And our wood doesn't play.
So we definitely have to get out of the place with the columns.
Oh, did you talk about that before earlier?
What?
I thought you said that it was some you just said I would, right? You just
I'm wood. I would is his name.
I would. Okay.
It's his name. It's a deep male's voice.
Okay, I would.
So go ahead and leave before I don't let you leave.
All right, so we need to.
I mean, both of you.
So now you got to make me big again.
I think so.
To get out of here, I think you do. I think you need to make me big again, or make yourself big.
And then he runs up onto the wall, which is it's like a floor. He said, "Y'all looking crazy. Y'all standing up on the ceiling. I mean, on the wall. Y'all standing on the wall. What are y'all doing? What are y'all?"
So let's see if we can walk on the walls too.
What are y'all doing?
So
okay, yeah, let's see.
So we see if we can walk on the integrator and walk up the like
so
you're doing.
You step your foot on the wall. You boom. You fall. and I was laughing like, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
I think you need to try to make it big.
Yeah, I do.
You can walk on the wall, but you can't walk on the floor. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, this is wild.
So I need to draw again to make him big again.
Yeah. So you draw the first card, and then you draw. That's a reverse. Go ahead, draw. I mean, a skip. Ooh. Okay. And so that was for your spell. It failed because remember, it negates everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 0.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't change them. When you change them, you changed our Wood's foot. You messed up. His foot turned big, super big, and then he kicks you. he got pissed off. So now he kicks you. Are you gonna? Let's see if you got hurt. So he kicks you.
I thought that
That look like I'm hurt.
And his abilities.
Oh,
it negates it. So it just boom. He actually missed you.
He
just
kicked the stone.
And his foot boom hit there. He said, God damn it. Make my foot small again.
That's what we do.
I thought it says the skip negates the last number drawn of the same color.
She going to the rule book on you, bro.
Oh shit! I know she's going to the rule book. Did it say that?
Mm-hmm.
That's what John.
But I still fail. But I can't draw any more cards.
You
I
can't
couldn't draw any more cards, so I
because it's the failure. Yeah.
Okay,
So it's the same thing. Okay. So now his foot big. He missed me when he kicked me.
And he's demanding that his foot be made bigger.
So,
well, actually, no, you're right. Of the same color. This is a different color, so it didn't negate this. He kicked the shit out you.
And he was
thanks, Dominic. So yes, he kicked you.
Gameplay also teaches you character because I saw that it wasn't the same color, and I was deciding whether or not I was going to say anything.
So yeah, now look, I said, hey, wait a minute, that's the yellow right there. Okay, cool. So yes, he kicked you actually. So
coughing up blood now.
So now, you hurt. So remember, if he kicks you again, you knocked out.
If he kicked me again,
right?
Okay.
So right now, if he kicks you, you can't draw your first card, but you can draw other cards if they apply.
Okay, so and the hurt is a 9 on a scale of 1 to 10. Is that the?
No, you just ain't no scale of 1, and you just hurt.
Okay.
So are you gonna fight back, or
we need to give him the tea? Chill him out.
How's he gonna take it to you? You gonna make him? You gonna force him?
Dang. No, why don't we ask him if he wants a cup of tea?
In the middle of
why don't you go ahead and ask him?
He just kicked me in the stomach.
Go ahead and ask him.
What's his name again?
I would.
Great, I would. I would like to offer you a truce.
I would like to.
Would like to offer thine a truce.
God damn it! Change my foot small. That's what I want.
Not only will I change your
Hold
foot
up.
small, but I would like to make you a cup of tea.
We should ask him
I don't want no tea.
So we'll make his foot small if
the tea will make your foot small.
That's pretty
good point.
Tell him that one.
Great, I would drink this tea, and it will make your foot the way that you want.
You ain't give me no tea to make my foot big, but what tea? How you gonna make some tea in here in this cave?
I got some tea right here in my bag. No, you got the tea. I got the tea right here in my bag. She gave me some. I got some for you. So now do I flip for the tea? Oh, you got to take it first.
You gonna take it and give it to him?
I'm gonna give you the tea. I got the tea. I'm the one with it.
Oh, you the one with the
tea. Yeah. I'm the one with it. She offered. We together.
Right. Well, it's a cup of it.
I gotta make the tea.
He said, "Wait a minute. I like hot tea. That job is
it's cold as shit.
It's cold.
If you want your foot to return to normal, drink this cold tea.
All right. So he's give me the tea.
Well, I could.
Right, so
no. Okay. Yeah, that's good.
So no, we flip to see how strong the tea is or whatever.
I gave you the tea. That's an item, so you don't have to flip for that.
Oh, okay, I got you.
She did conjure. So he's moving his foot, shaking him up, ready to kick you again. If it don't work, and he drinks some of the tea. He stops shaking his face. Oh man, that's pretty good. Well, I guess I can let y'all. Go ahead about it and go on out of here because I can feel the tea fading. And when this tea fades, I'm gonna have to, because my foot still looks like it's big. I'm gonna have to go ahead and stomp the hell out y'all, but not right now. I feel like just chilling right now. So he's chilling. I don't know how long you got.
Should we try to make me big again to get the hell up out of here? How's that going? Oh, but then you got to use your cards every time you do that.
Yeah.
Shit? So how we gonna get out of here? Is it can we
got,
ask why he chilling?
Ooh.
What's that? Where that came from?
I was about to say how many minutes you have. You got seconds, right? So you better.
Oh.
Is there a way out of here besides the way we came up, Mr. Bossman?
Mr. Bossman, I would. I would. And I'm gonna use my foot to take your ass up if you don't get my foot back.
All right, okay. So, damn.
Great, I would. Your foot will now return to normal. And then I make his foot return to
So,
normal.
okay, well, go ahead. Use the cards.
That's the thing.
Okay,
if you
no,
make his
so we
foot
can't do
normal,
that.
it ain't
We
gonna.
gotta get out of there. So we
Then you still got to
offer-
make him big.
We offer to make his foot. We tell him that we tricked him. We offer him.
He just, no.
Okay.
He just said we could go, even though his foot big.
But we still need information. We need to know if there's another way out of there. And he's the one that knows.
He just said his foot is going. He gonna use
So,
his foot to get us out of there.
Make you big. Make you big again.
Yeah, because he said we could go, but we don't know how to get out of there. That's the only way
Okay.
we can go is try to get big. So you're gonna have to try again, I guess. I can't give her
Yes.
none of my cards.
No. No.
Ready?
Yeah.
4, 9. No, you can't do that.
Why?
You got to use the same color. Unless you got a wild card, throw it down. So throw your third. So you got a card for the first card. You got a card for your Aelite. You got a card for your magic you can use. So it's 6, 10. This doesn't count. So 10,
We're successful.
you successfully made him big.
Okay.
How many cards you got? Look, oh, you got some. You got
Yeah, I got plenty. I'm
all
sorry.
right.
I
I know.
Damn.
So you got. She thinks playing actual Uno. It's like that. So you got 10. So you were made big again.
All right, so I grab you.
We get out of there.
We get out of there. So
But you're still big.
I want my, and you see he got these big fangs. Want my foot regular.
But the foot drags him down too. Doesn't
No, he
it makes it difficult for him to move around.
Not I would.
is I would bigger than me as I'm big?
No. I would is a normal size dude. I would is about Kunle size.
Okay, but he's probably a god. Or
But
something.
I'm sorry. So when he kicked you, you were like, oh my God, that was powerful. So, foot's not where the power of kicks come from. It comes from the knees.
Mm.
So he a powerful dude.
But if his foot's big like that, and his knee is still little,
And you see him
That's
standing
not-
on the wall.
Right, he's standing on the wall,
he's
so
gonna be
he
weakened.
he has
though.
some. He's standing on the wall. Why should you even understand this
But
man
he has
magical?
to, right? But we're leaving there, so he's not gonna have those same magical properties once he gets out into our world.
Oh, no.
How did she? Not, like, how did you studied this dude?
See, I didn't know I would.
Yeah, like I didn't know that. I thought it.
She's like, I actually sent that message to my friend because I was an old friend of mine.
Damn. So now that we know the parameters that we could be attacked by our wood.
But no, that's not true because we still have to go into the other rooms to search for the missing people.
Right. So. All right.
So what's it? Y'all still aren't gone?
Oh, no.
Run over that side.
No, we just got big. I just took her to go. We was about to go.
Yeah, he's still big, so I can't get him like he was getting him.
We don't know what I would could do. We just know that I'm big.
I
got you out of the
ask
state.
I what could he do anything? Could he kick him now?
No,
How about that?
I got you. We got out of the bottom where we was at, and we tell I would
cannot mess with no 18-foot, 500-pound nothing. Nobody Kunle size.
This is a beautiful insight into the woman's mind. This is beautiful. This game is it's terrific. This is amazing. I don't care if he was standing on the side of the building. B-Lay gonna whip his ass. Get him, B-Lay. You see this mother? He's on the side of. Hey,
Finally, he reaches to you. He's standing on the wall still there. He reaches to you. He holds your shoulder, and then he picks you up and says, "Oh boy, you gained some weight." So and he runs back over there and said, "Now get out of here."
Okay, so let's get out of there.
we're leaving. We're gonna try.
Should we leave the cave all?
We're gonna be working on. This is what we tell him. We're gonna be working on getting his foot back. His foot ain't get back. So we're gonna be working on getting your foot back to the regular size. In the meantime, is there any information can you give us as we running about the old lady that's dragging people over here that we hear is dragging people here?
I don't know about that old lady, but if you can move those corpses when y'all first came in out the way for me, I appreciate it. But I'm a Masadima, so I need to be out in the moon and enjoying myself. But those corpses, they get in my way. I need them out the way.
Okay.
We'll work on that. We'll work on that. We run.
Y'all climb out of there.
Yeah. So now I'm afraid. I think that
So as you're climbing out, he grabs your ankle and you can't move. He say, "Hey, now remember, move those corpses for me. Move those corpses. 'Cause I ain't playing now."
okay.
He lets you go.
We haul ass. We don't move the course.
When we
It's like, you can't haul like it, you big.
When we
Yeah,
return
maybe small
tomorrow
small.
night,
Y'all about to leave out the cave? Y'all about to leave out the cave?
Yes, when we return tomorrow night, we will remove the corpses. But tonight, the corpses.
Yeah,
will
I think I
remain.
figured this shit out. I figured this shit out. I think now I'm gonna do my big assumptions. He was just assuming about what's the name? Oh, excuse me. So my assumption is that the lady might not be bad. We might be seeing it from the wrong side. She might be doing some type of work to keep this motherfucker who's mischievous in this cave. Maybe the corpses is a way of keeping him in the cave. Because if he come out, he gonna cause, you know what I'm saying, havoc on the whole.
Okay, why?
Well, to know,
to
find out, why don't you just move the corpses and see what happens if he come out? He may do good.
It doesn't seem like from our interactions with him, we can't risk that.
I think we should go talk to the lady.
The candy lady?
I think we should go talk to the candy lady. Tell her what we done heard about her and ask her what she doing. She might tell us. I think we should just ask. She's a candy lady. I could beat her ass. You know, excuse me. I said if it comes down to it, I could beat her up. We can calm her down. So I think we should go talk to her.
Okay.
That's what I think.
So that's what I'm gonna do.
Yes.
Okay, so he gotta get small again.
Oh.
Okay.
So you gotta.
Oh, but we're in a safe place now, so I can take a nap or I can take a rest.
You're in a safe place. You're still in the cave. You can't get out the cave unless you move small.
Oh, why can't you get out of the cave?
It's not, the opening ain't that big.
Oh wow. Okay, so yes.
And where the body's at?
The body's in the dry chamber when y'all first came in the first room.
Before we went down, or as soon as you go down. Okay.
So
when y'all come back up, you in that room, the bodies are right there.
Okay.
That's what he wants you to move. Yeah.
And where is he at?
He's down in the
right. He ain't there, but that's what he wanted us to do for him.
He wants you to move. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you make me small. I say we get fucking run about. Okay. You don't have to throw for me to get small again.
Yes, she does. Oh no, she doesn't. She doesn't. You're right. You're right. Right.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. So
you have to shuffle your deck just in case. So we get small and we
she releases the spell on
you. Yeah, we release the spell.
Yeah, so now you're normal again, not small. But you're normal.
Yeah, we normal.
So we haul.
Y'all haul behind about it.
Yeah.
Okay, and y'all gonna go down to past the bodies, the opening down the catwalk, and then y'all run up out the cave. Now where you gonna go?
Now we're gonna. I say we go into the abandoned house right up the street. We get in there and we rest and wait for the lady to come.
Okay, for the next day.
She coming tonight. It's daytime. She coming tonight.
Oh, I thought she comes in the morning before she goes out.
She delivers candy in the morning, but people are disappearing at night, and they saying she's coming in their house, poisoning them and all that.
But what I'm saying is, the abandoned house is by the cousin's house, right?
No, the abandoned house is by the cave.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So y'all sleep in the cave.
In the house.
In the house, right? So y'all sleep in the house.
I think we need to stop right here, Bobby.
Yeah, we're gonna stop right here.
Great
so
spot.
then you would gain. Well, you're gonna nap, so you would gain all your lost cards. So how many cards you got left right there?
3.
3.
Mm-hmm.
So then she would gain 7 cards back.
Right.
And that's how that goes.
I did not understand until we started playing. That's why you don't learn to chop down a tree until
you chop down the tree.
You chop down the mother. Because this, is cool because it's all imagination. Like really, and I mean I know you can have it scripted where you actually wrote down what happened if, but I like it like this where you can make
can't. So if you're new to being a referee, game master, whatever you want to call it, then you might want to write down if this happened, this happened, this happened. But so much stuff can happen.
Right.
That's odd, or you ain't expecting that. That's hard to do, but it'll help you if you're new.
And you can give choices, right? You could be like, you could A, B, or so you could do that.
You could.
I know you good with your imagination.
I just flow with it.
You freestyle your imagination good. You can you can handle whatever's gonna come. But I'm just saying for someone I'm thinking how it would work.
Yeah, somebody who is new to them, then sure, do that.
You make it more freer by being so.
Yeah, and as you do it more, you'll be able to do that too. So
I like it. This is something you could really do.
It was a lot of fun
with kids. This is something you could do.
Yeah.
Even though I'm sorry we made it slow because of the way we were like what we do.
Well, no, but that's the way it's supposed to be done.
I'm taking it all in. You know what I'm saying?
That's the way it's supposed to be done, right? So you try to figure out what's going on. I would, and so in the story, like even if you play a video game, the first boss you encounter is not the final boss.
right
So there's other things going on, and y'all picked up on some certain things that are there, the certain mysteries that's going on. Picked up on, but not knowing you're picking up on it. So who is I would he told you what he is, but you don't know what that thing is that he described. Right. He says, I am a
M something.
So you have to figure out what that is.
We didn't ask. We could have asked.
Right.
God dang it. Questions. Ask the right questions. Man. And we didn't know what it was. Why we just say
said, what's that? And he's so proud.
Right.
Wow.
You learn. This is really good. Really helpful. I just learned a lot by playing this about myself, about how to move, everything. So it's cool. I like it.
And so if you have, like 4 or 5 people playing, then you got different personalities going on and stuff like that.
I can see that could be difficult too.
It can be difficult. It can be fun
and difficult. You know what I'm saying?
Disagreements. The other person say, "Man, look, I'll whoop your character's ass," and then and we go the way I want. You said, "Let's do it." And y'all characters may fight.
Maybe I was just thinking about like when we don't agree on what to do, what should we do? Should we like have dice that we roll?
Nah, you just work that out.
You just work it out.
If you can't work it out, then the narrator brings in something else.
Okay.
So like at certain points, there were certain points where y'all wasn't deciding what to do, and then
stuff started happening.
Right, stuff that like our wood comes out the shadows, and that kind of stuff.
So it wouldn't be part.
And then even you like, I believe he can't handle it. I said, well, I got to show he can handle it. So he grabs him, lifting up. Oh, you gained a little weight there, picks him up like he ain't shit. And he's 500 pounds.
Right. So would that be legal or fair in the game if we say me like, should we go up or should we go down and we don't know? So I was like, let's flip a coin. Can we do that?
You can do that and say, okay, I want to go. And
we don't neither one of us really sure.
Between us,
between us, we can develop our own strategy when we don't know what to do. Okay, I'm getting. I know I get carried away with shit, but I'm feeling it now. Wow. What's the name of your game, Barbara? The one you just did, the Kachanga.
I've done Kikanga, the Kikanga role playing game. I did
the #1 most selling in the world is the Ice Cold Carter.
The Ice Cold Carter role playing game. It's the Haunting of Truth High.
Oh yeah, that's the one you sent.
Grandma's Hand role playing game.
Right, I heard about Grandma's Hand, but I haven't played. But the Haunting.
So
I got that.
Grandma's Hand is a superhero role playing game set in the 1930s, 40s.
It's true.
And so you're dealing with that there's a racism component, like you're building heat up. So you're black during the 30s and 40s. You can't just go around like y'all were just doing.
Right.
And so as you're doing that kind of stuff, you're building up heat on yourself. And if it gets to a certain level, then certain people attack. Like it may be white villages, it may be the police, it may be the feds, it may, that kind of thing based on. And so we had that. And then the Hunting the Truth High is about some students who end up having to fight against. So this school has been taken by ghosts, really this town. And the ancestors are trying to fight against the ghosts, but there are more people. The ancestors are more numerous, but the ghosts are more powerful. And they can possess people and stuff like that, right? So the high school students, you play high school students who fight against the ghosts with the help of your ancestors. So that's Hunting the Truth High. Ice Cold Carter, that's a martial art game. That's based on Uno too in a different way. So you got blue, yellow, red, green, right? And each of those represents a form of fighting. So blue be range fighting, yellow is joint lock scrolls.
Oh, okay. That's different.
Red is strikes. Like that. So red, I say red, green, blue. What's up?
Yellow.
And yellow would be grappling, right? So you got all of those in there. And then if you say you want to fight, if this person wants to fight you, they drop so and so, and then you decide to drop another card on theirs. So blue might beat red, red might beat yellow, yellow might beat green, green might beat blue, that kind of thing. And so you got to be smart in how you throw down. So both of y'all throwing at the same time. So they throw and they throw, right? And and based on who does what, it determines how you affect the fight.
Interesting.
That kind of thing. That's Ice Cold Carter again. Of course, Ice Cold Carter is a martial artist who can beat anybody in the world except for African martial artists practitioners. With those specifically from the African Martial Arts Institute.
Chief Supreme Grand Master.
He's Chief Supreme Grand Master, Ice Cold Carter. Yeah, he plays the character. He's a big screen actor. He's master of the Yao Ming Dojo, big screen actor, and man about time. You know what he's saying.
Check out the commercial, man.
Yeah, check out the commercial, and you can check out our episode when it's is it real or is it Memorex? Cinematic versus real self-defense, and Ice Cold Carter makes an appearance at the end of that one.
Okay, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
it's a great episode too.
Yes. So we made a game based on that character, Ice Cold Carter.
He's in heavy demand.
So if you want to learn to play the game yourself and have the rules and stuff like that, I have the rules typed up, and we got to figure out how I can get it to people. I don't know how but
we're gonna make it a real game. It's the only way to do it, bro.
Yeah, if I make it a real game, but then you can get it on Amazon or whatever. But I'll tweak it some more and make it a real game.
If you end up making a real game, then we'll give a couple away maybe in the giveaways on the chat or something. You know what I'm saying? See how y'all play. Or maybe invite somebody to play.
So let me know. If y'all interested in that.
Meet y'all on the street somewhere and get these card things popping.
And then we can learn to play it. If you figure out how to play from watching, and you create your own.
We ain't confuse you.
I'm creating the Sugar Booger 7 game.
Okay.
Right? She figured out how to do it. Then
the big teal game.
Right, the big teal game. The UU Arcada game. That's up to you. But let me know. And I'm always down to make games and stuff like that. It's really something that I enjoy. So I make one for you, custom. You and your family.
If you see me out here telling people I made up a game and it's really the game Baba just made up, mind your business. Mind your business. That's what you do. Nah.
So remember that games are fun and we need that, and they push your creativity and all the good things, really benefits that you get for it. And for us in this world, how to navigate as warriors, they help you to learn how to problem solve. You saw throughout it, I was presenting them with certain problems and they had to problem solve. They had to talk with each other. So as they're talking, I would just watch, see what they're thinking, and as they're problem solving, I can see where they're going. I start going with certain things in my head too, because it's my job to present them with more problems while keeping it fun. You don't want to make it so problematic you can't do nothing. Oh, your character just crippled. Oh, the one thing that I'll say is be careful. The more you use that conjure, you run out of cards. And the next time would have knocked you cold out because you only had 3 left. So, so that was smart to, okay, let's go to this place and rest. Although I don't know if that's a safe space.
You have to find
because you didn't know that builder, right? You didn't know.
And he's right next door.
And so as we go, well, he needs you to move the bodies. She said,
"Oh, he can't come out, right?"
We don't know that.
Well, he said he needs you to build the bodies.
That's all he said. I said
he
all
guessed about it, right. So we may revisit and you find out exactly.
So it helps you not make assumptions.
Right, that too.
That is your tendency.
Yes, because now assumptions when you're out in the street, they can get you hurt. That guy's not about doing nothing bad to me. Look at him. He got a suit on. He got a suit on, and he can't fight.
That white dude, man.
White dude, man. I could be
any white.
Be any white, right? Exactly. I'd be any white dude. Well, you made an assumption because that white dude, he just got out the military. He was special forces, and he killed 300-400 people. And they let him out the military because he was just too much enjoying killing. You don't know what you're dealing with, right?
Only job you can get is a police officer job now.
Right.
He just pulled you over. You're talking shit.
Do you know? So serial killers, they get beside people because they don't look like a serial killer. What does a serial killer look like, right? So you're not suspecting them. So don't make assumptions. And yes, so this helps you with that too, because anything can pop off. Of course, you ain't gonna run into running on I hope not on no walls and stuff like that. And if you do really, in real life, they done ran the hell about it.
In real life,
they ran.
We couldn't because we were in there.
Well, yeah, that's true.
That was actually the first thing we said.
That was the scariest thing. Like, oh shit, right? Well, he was. Yeah, because he wasn't big no more. You'd have to make him big, and then he help you out, and then climb up out of there, right? And hope that I don't attack you, before that.
But we subdued him too first.
Well, you calmed him. Even in his calm state, he was able, hey man, make sure you get them, hold his foot, make sure you get those causes for me. He didn't care nothing about him being big. And you got to think about that too. When he appeared out the shadows, he was big. He didn't care.
Right. That's what I think about.
He said, "Yeah, y'all need to get the hell out of here."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He told me to get the hell out of here.
Because I'm trying to hold on, And was he trying to hold on, or did he just want you to get those corpses out of the way? Ultimately,
right. Like to figure out, unpack there.
Right.
Teach you how to communicate.
Exactly.
With each other and with the characters. I could have just asked the question when he announced his title, say what he was. What's that? I don't know what that is.
Right, exactly.
And I think that, we probably all have thought of this too. The social engineering aspect of playing, certain games, giving people certain choices. That's something that's being done to us anyway. So we can use these games to help
deprogram.
Right, that's true.
And
deprogram each other, our children,
right.
All of that.
Because we're so used to following rules and guidelines, you see us get stuck. We could do whatever we want. What we want to do.
Right, exactly.
Very interesting. I like it.
So thank you all. Next week we'll be back on the floor, working some technique, but just wanted to give you all a fun thing. And if you play whatever game, let us know. You play regular Uno, you play video games or whatever, let us know and let us know what you get out of it. This is an ongoing thing, and definitely it's an ongoing research for me. So please, and
I stopped playing video games personally. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it was too much for me.
Yeah, I my son plays a lot, so I had gotten to like the UFC one because you can. I like the ones you make your own characters.
Yeah.
So I was able to make my own characters that's fighting these UFC champions and all that stuff. That was fun. But I really can't get into too many of them and spending hours.
Too competitive.
Hours
I realize.
Yeah, me too. Now I get beaten by the thing, and now I'm gonna be playing for hours.
That's
so I can beat that.
I'm winning, but to win, it take everything.
Right. I see now. And I be tired and thumb hurting right here.
There's the reason now my thumb's messed up from Atari to PlayStation, all that grabbing, trying to touch my phone.
Well, see, we have, but for those games, it was a family tradition with us. It started back in the day with the Sega Genesis. Sega 32 actually. Then went to Sega Genesis. After this game is obsolete or it got older, the next I have 8 children, so that would go to the oldest child, and then it goes to the next child. So the PlayStation 4 that we got
for a day
was actually, let's go PlayStation 3 first. That went to after it was obsolete, right? That went to Ade. And then Ade himself, though, by this time he's a teenager and making his own money. He bought 4, but really, when 4 becomes obsolete, 5 comes out, and he says he's going to stick by. He's going to give that to me, the youngest. When 5 comes, and he does. Now, PlayStation 5's out. So when he gets 5, or when we get 5, 4 goes to her. She keeps saying, "Hey, when am I get my 4? When am I get my?" As soon as the 5 comes, and so it's just so it's obsolete, but the games still work. They get to play the game, and they still get to play the other one with their sibling, the newer one. But that's theirs, and it just became a family tradition. It was something that I really started being funny, and the children, they stick to it. They want that. Hey, I want my so and so, right? So. My daughter also asked me, "Well, PlayStation 6 come out? What happened?" I said, "I ain't having no more children. We give them PlayStation." My wife's like, "Well, I kind of
have her online business.
Want to." Well, I said, Balogun was like, "Yeah, well." I said, "Oh Lord," but I said the children then can take on, because I got grandbabies now, so they can start giving. To the children and keep it, you know what I mean? Although I don't know, when I think about it, we giving PlayStation a lot of money.
Y'all ain't the only fans. You gonna give it something?
Yeah, you're gonna give it somewhere, but that's why I create these. So
there you go.
So I have my children play these too, so they're not so wrapped up just into the electronics.
When you're a kid, man,
because when we were young, we ain't had no. The electronics to us, it was a game, beep beep, and it was lines. It'd be lines. It would look like we threw to the. Or, no, it'd be a bunch of lines running like up the screen. You press it, going up the screen. Then you press another button, and it passes a dot to the line like you passed like a football game. And I was like, "Oh, I made that pass, touchdown!" And you're like, "Wow, if I gave that to my child now, I'd be what is this?"
They see any of them games that we
couldn't even operate it.
The tank shooting the ball, ricocheting everywhere.
Like what?
That was the funnest game in the world.
But if they gave it a chance, they would like it too. Same way I was like, okay, just give these a chance, right? So all my children, they have, these, and they said, I was talking to my friends about it, and they like, "Oh man, I want to play," but they never get around to playing with them, You
gotta do it.
But they like, "Man, I want to play it," and I said, "See, now this has been going on since 1979 at least." And the youth, we think because they just want electronics, but if you present them with something else that's interesting, they'll go for it.
Those things like that kite.
Yeah, now see,
little boy had me his PlayStation, that portable PlayStation. He said, "Huh, let me hold that kite." He didn't give a damn about that thing no more.
Right.
$2 kite.
And they're interacting for real with each other.
Right.
They're outside.
The
they get
wind, the
right.
sun,
Man.
all that. They're running, fresh
Daddy
air.
I am outside.
And that's the best way to be with them, man, because health issues and all kinds of stuff, and just staying inside so much. And in fact, I did got sick, and we'll end on this. My son, he got sick when he was about 13, 14. We took him to the doctor, and they said he's got to go outside. They said, "How much outside do you do?" And he said, "About 2 hours, maybe 2 hours a day." And he wasn't even. That was exaggerating.
Mm-hmm.
They said you have to go outside,
Kids
go outside and play. Go outside. That was an order from the doctors. Go outside and play. Now, that wasn't the only one though. So went there. I said, okay, take him outside. He needs to do that, but we need to find what's going on. So then I took him to our doctor, who is an MD, but she's also a naturopath. And she said he needs to go outside. The same thing.
Wow.
He's got to go outside.
People don't.
As soon as we started doing that, I said, son, you go outside with me because I need to be outside more, walk and everything. And you walk with me. He got better. No medicines, no.
Remember like 5 years ago, that lady almost got, Senator Congressman, somebody almost got assassinated. She got shot in the head. I remember.
I think her husband did.
I always talk about this when because they kept talking about her every day. Update. She was always in the bed. And the first time they had the big news break, they said, the doctor came on and said, well, we were able to get her outside today. And that is a giant step. So we are very relieved. It's been 2 months and she's finally getting outside. So that is an accomplishment. And I was like, damn, they've never said no. I've never heard a doctor say that about being outside.
Yeah, that's like.
But he let the cat out the bag then when he said that. How successful they feel because she just got to go outside. And I was like, man, sunlight is, it's important, but
sunlight, wind, the ground,
earth,
all the
nature.
Right. Yeah. And for you all, there's nothing healing like going outside barefoot, walking in your grass.
I'm telling you, man.
If you don't have grass, go somewhere that has it, and getting sun on your belly. Every day you should have sun on your belly.
That's when to grow on.
Yep, that's when to grow on. All right, thank you all so much. Love y'all. Be safe. Peace. Stay black. Or whatever you may be.
Yeah. Indigenous
and
in between.
Other in betweens. And if you white, they were doing a thing on Remix Morning Show talking about that. You can be down too. You gotta be a John Brown white. What's his name? His name John. Yeah, John Brown white.
Yeah, you got to do that first.
Right.
We got to see the paperwork first
because y'all know what y'all done put us through. All right, love y'all. Peace.
Peace.